John Davis Perry II, coming to you with 7 reasons that men cheat. Now, before starting this session, I want to share 3 things that I would like for you to take into consideration. First of all, this video is in no way to advocate, condone, or to justify cheating of any manner. Secondly, this video is full of generalizations, and while I believe that 90% of the time my generalizations are true, there are always possible exceptions to every rule. And third and final, I believe in Christian values, so all that's shared is shared in the context of Christian values. Now, with that said, let us go to the 7 reasons that men cheat. First on the list is the idea of social norms. Social norms have to do with attitudes and beliefs that have been accepted by a group as the primary way of doing things. And so in our culture or our nation by large, the social norm is that cheating is an acceptable or a normal thing. Now, before you begin to write hate mail or turn off the video, listen to me for a second. We know that it's a social norm because when we look at certain broadcasting on television, it is dominating the airwaves. Ratings that are out the roof. It is based upon the idea of infidelity or cheating, if you will. We buy into the drama of one person cheating on the other person and there being this moment of great explosion and conflict. Why? All because of infidelity or cheating, if you will. So it's becoming, sadly, a social norm of our society. So negative social norms are perpetuating the negative idea of cheating in the minds of most men, causing them to become increasingly chauvinistic in their concepts regarding relationship with the opposite sex. Second reason that men cheat is because of emotional immaturity. Sadly, most men have not learned the discipline of a devoted heart. That simply means this, that I begin to understand that love is greater than what I feel. Love has to do with commitment. And so whenever I'm not feeling a certain way, it doesn't change the commitment which has caused me to devote my heart to a particular individual. So the person that is not emotionally mature, whenever they're not feeling what they want to feel or expect to feel in the relationship, they run to another source trying to have that feeling met. Third on the list is ego. Men cheat because of ego. Sadly, many men still get their sense of self-worth out of the idea of how many women they can get. If they can add another notch on the belt, it is some way speaks to them of their manhood, and it becomes a sign that they have the wrong definition of what it means to be a man. Fourth on the list, men cheat because of sexual neglect. In a true covenant relationship, it is supposed to be one where both persons yield themselves to the other in godly service, in godly fulfillment. And so it should never be a moment that in a covenant relationship where there's a partner willfully holding themselves back from their mate. Listen, here's the skinny on it. Most women will say men last 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If that be the case, what becomes the justification from you withholding yourself for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 7 minutes, or 10 minutes from someone who you declare that you love? And so some men cheat because of sexual neglect. The fifth reason that men cheat is because they develop emotional attachments that lead to the physical act of cheating or infidelity. Listen, this is a critical area because most people sadly don't see emotional connections as a form of infidelity, but it is. It's a dangerous thing when a man begins to feel more comfortable talking to someone outside of his relationship more so than he can talk to the person within the relationship. It's a dangerous thing when another woman begins to speak to the sense of him being king more than the person that he's with, because those emotional connections begin to open up the floodgates for more things to happen. 6 on the list. I need you to strap in and get ready for this. This is a biggie. They just want to. Sometimes there is no good reason has nothing to do with childhood trauma, has nothing to do with some past relational hurt that has them walking on the dark side. It's just simply because they want to. The seventh and final reason, and we're wrapping up, is this: that they're emotionally and mentally detached, but they don't know how to break up with you. Some men cheat because their mind and their heart is no longer there, but they don't know how to end it with the other person. And as a result, they begin to wonder and begin to entertain other relationships. And sometimes it is intentional because they hope that if you find out, that you will put an end to the relationship.